Good morning. All set?
Mhm.
Okay. Good morning. We'll call the governance committee meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is to accept the minutes from the June 21st, 2023 meeting. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. The minutes are accepted. The next item on the agenda is public comment. We'll open the meeting to anyone who wants to address us. You have 5 minutes. All we ask is that you state your name and address. Is there anyone at this time would like to offer public comment? Okay, seeing or hearing none, we'll close that portion of the meeting. Next item on the agenda is a review, discussion, recommendation to authorize a resolution approving an extension of the September 1st, 2021 sales and use tax exemption agreement with Spark JC LLC from August 18th, 2023 through and including August 18th, 2024. The total of which will not exceed $3,093,333.
Yes, so this is a request for the extension, just of the time frame for the benefit to Spark JC for Oakdale Commons. Alexander Davis is here representing Human Development Associates if anyone has direct questions for her. But as you know, the Dick's Sporting Goods House of Sport is a near completion, which is just crazy to think how quickly that went up, but planning completion sometime in August. But in tandem with that, the construction for the BJ's wholesale has also begun, as well as Dave & Buster's, which will be located at Oakdale Commons as well. So for those reasons, they're requesting additional time to support those projects.
Are there any questions for Stacy or for developer rep?
Were those two things gone out in public bid? BJ's and Dave & Buster's? I didn't see notice on those.
I know BJ's is they did.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know with the cold storage, they have specialized.
BJ's did.
Yeah,
Wow, for public
Yeah.
bid?
okay.
Mhm.
I don't know if Dave & Buster's, the status of Dave & Buster's at this
Dave & Buster's
stage.
right now is, we're just doing the
Planning.
landlord work,
Okay.
demo. It hasn't, the plans aren't complete for the build out.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. The next item on the agenda, number 5, dealt with the Water Street project and turn over to Stacy, but we're pulling that item from the agenda and Stacy will.
Yes, as you know, with the structure of that pilot, specifically, which was structured differently than our most of our pilots, using part of the pilot benefit to go to the incremental debt financing for the pilot bond. Because of that structure, it does require the approval of all the affected taxing jurisdictions. The Binghamton City School Board met last evening and they did vote no on the structure of that pilot. So therefore, at this point in time, the board would not consider the approval of the benefit. On the project itself, I'll be meeting later this afternoon with the city and the development team to discuss potential next steps on the project.
Okay. Moving on, the next item on the agenda is a review, discussion, recommendation. Accepting an application from Crowley Factory Lofts LLC, the company for a leaseback transaction to facilitate the financing of the renovation and equipping of the property and building located at 135 Conklin Avenue and 149 Conklin Avenue located in the city, to provide for sales and use tax exemption benefit in an amount not to exceed $301,114. Provide for a mortgage tax exemption in an amount not to exceed $67,424. Provide for a real property tax exemption in an amount not to exceed $2,046,281. And authorizing the agency to set and conduct a public hearing with respect thereto.
Okay, so this is the initial review by the board, by the governance committee of the application for benefits from Crowley for the Crowley Factory Lofts project in the city of Binghamton. I think we all have familiarity with the former Crowley Dairy Company on the city south side. This 73,000 square foot former dairy company building was built in the early 1900s. In 2004, HP Hood Dairy Company purchased the building and operated until 2012. It was then purchased by the Mountain Fresh Dairy. After a failed attempt to revive that plant, it did sit vacant. As you recall, we did have a loan with the former owners on that property, which we have since been made whole on that. The project located at 149 and 135 Conklin Avenue in the city of Binghamton will restore the building's second and third floors with 1 and 2 bedroom market rate housing units with square footage of approximately 44,433 square feet. The ground floor will be used for a flexible commercial space with approximately 10,000 square feet, an additional 14,000 square feet for parking and storage. The city is also working with the developer on this project through the successful application of a New York State Restore New York grant. $2 million in New York State Restore funds was awarded to this project. That is sponsored by the city. That program is sponsored by the municipality. That will assist in redeveloping the site into a mixed-use development with a total of 48 housing units and 59 parking spaces. And the project will eliminate the blight that is currently, occurring with the underutilized facility on the South Side neighborhood. You have in your packet project schematics and renderings. You also have a project schedule, a pilot schedule. This is a standard 20-year pilot. The first 2 years, of course, are considered ramp up and construction years. So the current tax rate would be frozen for those 2 years, and then a 20-year operational pilot. It's, I think, a very sound and strong benefit for the project. You also have a cost benefit analysis in your packet. Construction jobs related to this are projected at 92 construction jobs with a local spend of about $13,600,000 related to the construction of the project, with direct and indirect jobs totaling 7. As you know, housing projects typically don't provide a high job count, but it's the other economic benefits that we look at. Total local and state spend or impact is expected to be just shy of $12 million. With a strong ratio of 6 to 1 on the cost benefit analysis. You also have a project review form that shows the total amount of benefit provided through property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax and sales tax exemptions. Patrick Van Putty is here representing the Crowley Lofts development team, as well as John Korchinski's on Zoom. I'll also point out in your packet are a number of letters of support from City of Binghamton organizations and businesses, including the BC Arts Council, the Luma Projection Arts Project, the Doubletree by Hilton, the Lost Dog Cafe, and the ownership of the Garage Restaurant in the city of Binghamton. So with that, I'll turn it back over for any questions.
It's 48 units, is that the number?
Yes.
What's the breakdown in regards to
I
the?
have that in here. You might be able to rattle that off quicker. I just saw that in my
No,
packet here.
we have, I think it's 21 bedrooms. And the rest are either 1 bedrooms with studies, so a little bit bigger, or 2 bedrooms.
And are they all affordable housing units, or is it a mix? No,
Market rate.
It's all market rate.
Right, that's
Oh,
correct.
okay. It's all market rate. Oh, good.
Daisy, just a point of clarification. Well, I'm sure all those folks that offered the letters of recommendation
Mhm.
would recommend this project. That was for the one.
I'm sorry. I was going through my packets and got those two mixed up. A lot going on in the city right now. I apologize. Thank you. I put them in the wrong pile. Yeah,
You can reach out to all.
I know. I was.
They're all close enough to patronize all. the
Right,
businesses,
exactly.
so.
They certainly will receive the economic benefit.
Are there any other
There.
questions?
It's just all on the north side of the street? I see the addresses are, one's odd, one's even. Is it both sides of the street?
It's
Is it-
just
No,
the,
just one
just the
side.
one side.
Okay.
Just on one side.
One
Yeah.
property, yeah.
The part of it's the parking lot that goes down towards, on the other side of the property, right? Is that?
Towards Park Diner,
Right,
yes.
okay.
And you did say to assess it all as one.
Other questions? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor?
I,
Motion is carried.
Thank you.
No other, business. Is there a motion to adjourn? So move. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Yeah, a few minutes.